Good morning, boys and girls. Today we are working on one-step word problems again, but today we're going to focus on take-apart word problems. So remember, when we add, we put things together, but when we subtract, we're taking them apart. So let's get our brains warmed up with a little challenge question. This one is a little more open-ended. There are different ways to get to a number as an answer. So what I mean is that there's not just one, for the most part, there's not just one addition or subtraction equation that will equal 10. There's different ways that you can get to 10. And I just picked a random number and I looked at the screen and this story is talking about 10. So let's read the question and then I'll explain a little bit better, okay? Luz has 10 stickers. Some are dogs and the rest are cats. How many of each sticker could Luz have? So this is kind of an open-ended question. They're just telling you that he has 10 stickers total, but some are cats and some are dogs. How many could he have? Well, there's not just one equation that we use to get to 10. There's many different numbers that we can add or subtract to get to 10. We can do... Well, we can't do 0 because he said some are dogs and the rest are cats. So he does have some of both. So that takes away the 0 option. So there's 1 plus 9 equals 10. There's 2 plus 8. There's 3 plus 7. There's 4 plus 6. There's 5 plus 5. And then for time purposes, I'm just going to tell you that these all can be flip-flopped too. So there's also 6 plus 4, 7 plus 3, 8 plus 2, and 9 plus 1. So there's many different ways to get to 10. So when we look at this and it says he has 10 stickers, some are dogs and some are cats, he's really just saying something plus something equals 10, and you get to pick these two numbers as long as they equal 10. So you could pick any of these equations down here or the ones that I said when I reversed the facts. I hope that this makes sense. Okay. So here's our first takeaway problem that we're going to start with, okay? There are 15 players on a team. There are 7 girls and the rest of the players are boys. How many boys are on the team? I feel like we've had this question before. So let's see. Circling our numbers. There's 15 players. There's 7 girls. How many boys is our question? And the rest is a keyword. Okay. So let's think of a way that we could solve this. We are subtracting, so you can use any of the methods that we have talked about for subtraction. So you could use your number line. You could use the number bond. You could count up to subtract. You could make a 10 to subtract, right? I'm trying to think of all the other strategies that we learned that are not just addition strategies. So I want you to pause the video thinking about all of the subtraction strategies. I want you to pause the video and I want you to try to use one of those strategies that you like the best and try to solve this problem. All right. Did you solve your problem? Oh, here's how I can make it thicker. Sweet. Okay. So we're starting with, we're starting with 15 players. We're taking away because I know that some of my players are girls. And I want to find out how many are boys. Okay. If I was doing a number bond, my whole is how many players I have altogether, which is 15. My part is girls, which I know is 7. And then my other part is boys, which I don't know yet. And then these would be circled. I don't have the best handwriting normally, but on a computer it's horrible. All right, so we could use this. We could use the strategy that we talked about last time, which was using this. Let's see what strategy they came up with. So they're showing us how to draw a picture, and you can do this. So there's 15 red circles to represent the 15 players. If 7 of them are girls, and if you notice, when they drew their picture, they lined each circle up with a G, and then there's a space right here, okay? The rest are boys, so we would have to count these circles to get how many boys are on the team. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is that what you got? Right, because these match up. Okay. So drawing a picture is an option too. This one is just comparing strategies. So you can use the bar model. And remember, the bar model is just the number bond, but with a bracket, and then these two are connected. And this is what I showed you up at the beginning. So you could use that. We talked about that last, what's today? On Monday, we talked about using the bar model or the number bond method. So now they have a bar model and they want us to fill it in with the right numbers. So what number is the total? What part do you know? Complete the number model to the right. Well, if there's 15 players on the team, 7 are girls. Those are the 2 numbers that we know. What number is the total? The how many people are on a team is going to be the total, right? So the 15 is going to go up here. And then the girls we know is 7. So that's one of our parts. So then it says complete the 2 equations for the model. Something plus question mark equals 15. So here's my question mark and here's my 15. What does my missing number have to be? Because we only use these 3 numbers. Has to be 7. So 15 minus question mark. They used my 15. they use the question mark. So what is our missing number? It's 7 again, right? That was a crazy 7. How many boys are on the team? Well, we know that there's 8 boys because we've already figured this out. But how do you know? So what strategy did you use? The how did you know is also part of showing your work. So we can't just say that there were 8 boys because we have to show our work, okay? So if I was using this one, I would say 15, because this is what I did. If you did something else, you would show what you did. But if I did 15 minus 7 equals 8, that's showing my work. That's telling me how I know. Okay. If you drew a picture, that would be showing your work and telling me how you know. Why can you add? I promise I'm awake. Why can you add or subtract to solve problems on the previous page? So using the number bond or bar model method, remember going across down the bottom, we're adding, but when we're going on an angle up one of the sides, we have to subtract. So we could use our strategies that we learned for addition to figure out the question mark by starting with 7 and counting up to 15 and seeing how many we counted up. We could do hops on a number line to see how many we went up. And that's another thing that we kind of talked about on Monday as well, is adding in order to subtract, which kind of sounds silly, but it is helpful sometimes. I don't need you to do the reflect. Let's try one more. Actually, I'm running out of time, so I'm going to have to run into another video if we try one more. I will start one more video to do this last problem, and then I'll have you do your practice pages.